Captured the incredible moment a Tampa woman fought off an attacker at her apartment complex's gym.
I said, if I keep going, if I keep pushing, I keep fighting, he's gonna stop. He's gonna let go, and he finally did.
24-year-old Nishali Alma, a personal trainer, told Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies she was exercising alone around 10 p.m. on January 22nd when she saw a man she'd previously seen at the gym trying to get in.
Whenever he was at the door, I buzzed him in, and he came inside. My thought process was, like you said, like it was just another dude coming in to work out.
But after 25-year-old Xavier Thomas Jones entered, this happened instead.
Next thing you know, I get up from doing my workout and I grab my phone and he just approaches me and not a single word was exchanged. As soon as he was approaching me, I pushed him. I said, bro, what the F are you doing? I said, get away from me. And he kept trying to come towards me and kept reapproaching me.
Video shows Thomas Jones chasing her around the gym before grabbing Alma and pinning her down.
In my mind, I knew I was stronger than him and I knew I could fight back.
The seasoned weightlifter seen here holding her attacker in a chokehold while trying to call 911 before throwing more punches, leading Thomas Jones to release his grip. Self-defense expert Patrick Lockton at New York City's Krav Maga Institute says Alma's quick thinking under pressure was key.
She fought back, and the most important thing is she didn't freeze. She didn't fall into that trap.
Alma immediately ran outside, escaping to a nearby apartment. Now, she's sharing her story and encouraging other women with similar experiences to do the same.
No other person should go through this. No other person should have to feel like this. No other person should have to go through a situation like this.
Experts say avoiding an incident like this starts with being aware of your surroundings and moving quickly if you're in danger.
Getting in the way, creating obstacles, creating an opportunity, a space between you and your attacker. So I'd be going straight for vulnerable. So again, just the eyes, hitting him in the nose with a phone, striking him in the throat, because everybody's soft tissue there, it's soft tissue in your eyes as well, and it's going to hurt everybody no matter how strong you are.
Authorities were able to track down Thomas Jones and arrested him the next day. He pled not guilty to charges of sexual battery, false imprisonment, and kidnapping, and will appear in court next month. An attorney for Thomas Jones did not respond to NBC's request for comment.
The day he was arrested and the day they caught him, and I saw the whole thing go down, it was a relief.
Priscilla Thompson, NBC News.
Arrested in Polk County, tied to a massive human trafficking operation in Central Florida. The sheriff's office says charges have been filed against 213 people following a week-long undercover sting. They found more than 100 prostitutes and nearly 90 men who had attempted to hire women for sex. Dozens of the suspects are also facing drug charges.
4 men are under arrest accused of being involved in a disturbing case of human trafficking involving a 15-year-old girl. Tonight, investigators believe there may be additional victims as well out there.
On Fox 13's Josh Cassio has more details on the investigation and how authorities were able to catch the suspects.
In December of last year, Pasco Sheriff Chris Nacco says 44-year-old Randy Kofelt of Clay County.
These human traffickers are forcing ladies across this border to commit sex.
So the sheriff's office rescued 24 people who were identified as victims of sex trafficking, the most of any sting they've seen. Some of those victims, deputies say, were forced into prostitution to pay the people who smuggled them into the country.
From the very beginning of their conversations, when they first start speaking, the victim says, "Hey, I just want to let you know I'm 15 years old." And he goes, "That's okay, I like them young."
From there, the sheriff says Kofelt began a pattern of grooming the young girl. First were the explicit photos, then he says Kofelt began directing her to have sex with adult men in Pasco County, film it, and then Kofelt was posting it online. She had sex with at least 3 men, including one who had previously been caught up in a sex sting in 2013.
I say to deepest sincerity, we cannot live in a society where pedophilia is normal. These young kids have no idea what's going on. They're being manipulated.
The disturbing case was finally uncovered after the girl ran from school last month and was found by deputies. She was on her way to meet one of those men. All 4 now face serious sex crimes.
If we can't act quickly, that's another victim that has to endure this for longer. And We will not have that in Florida.
And the sheriff believes there are other victims out there. He's asking that they please come forward tonight and share their stories. Certainly additional charges are possible. In Pasco County, Josh Cassio, Fox 13 News.
Clay County man. Now at 5, we told you Clay County deputies arrested 44-year-old Randy Caulfield Jr. after a sting operation out of Pasco County. He is charged with human trafficking and other felonies related to meeting a teen girl online and making her have sex with men on video and sharing those videos. Action News Jack's Annette Gutierrez is live at the Clay County Sheriff's Office tonight. Clay deputies made the arrest, but the investigation was started by internet crime investigators in Pasco County near Tampa.
Yes, that's right, Tanika. Many neighbors tell me this situation is just absolutely disturbing. They also said the SWAT team and Clay County Sheriff deputies swarmed the suspect's house on Saturday. And now we want to warn you, the information you're about to hear is disturbing.
We can never live in a society where pedophilia is normal.
FDLE arrested 44-year-old Randy Caulfield Jr. on several charges, including human trafficking and promoting a sexual performance by a child.
From the very beginning, a 44-year-old male knows this is a 15-year-old, and he says, I don't care.
Pasco County Sheriff's Office began investigating the case in April when the teenage victim ran away from school. It all began when authorities say Caulfield and the victim met online.
Randy starts manipulating her through these conversations to the fact that the victim believes that he loves her. They're kind of like a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, and she wants to make him happy.
From there, deputies say Caulfield posted naked pictures of the teen online. That's when authorities say Caulfield arranged for 3 men to meet the victim at her house, to participate in sexual acts, to record them, and send them out. Those men were Brandon Sarno, Sidney Smith, and John Keyhind. When agents got a search warrant on Caulfield, they discovered many more victims.
Videos of 2 to 6-year-old kids. Over hundreds of them.
Action News Jack's law and safety expert Dale Carson has decades of law enforcement experience and says this is called grooming, and it happens over a period of time.
Children typically are susceptible to enticement by adults because adults are sophisticated more than a child, and the child wants to please the adults, and that's how that grooming progresses. And it's insidious.
Now, Caulfield was originally booked in the Clay County Jail, but according to the CCSO spokesperson, he has since been transferred to the Pasco County Jail. Now, he is also on a bond of $375,000. For local coverage you can count on, live in front of the Clay County Sheriff's Office, Annette Gutierrez, Action News Jack.
On April 5th, 2023, I had a waking vision. I had several waking visions while I was up praying, and one that really bothered me, I saw a Caucasian woman walking into a grocery store. There were 4 kids outside. They were under the ages of 13. They went inside of this grocery store and they tell a boy that's over the age of 16 that they saw the woman. So she came in the store pointing, and they sent her to an aisle. So she went down the aisle. From what I could see, the girl looked like she was about 6, a small girl. And then there was a young boy, maybe between the ages of 6 and 8. The other boy was like 12. I could see the clothes he had on, but I couldn't see the clothing that the other kids had on. So the young boy that was between the ages of 12, he had on a white shirt and like blue long shorts. The other kid that was about 16 had on like a black hoodie. The hood was over his head and he was crouched near the register. And so the woman, she had on a white blouse and it was long sleeves. She had on jean pants. They were like the slim ankle. She had like brownish blonde hair, right? Either way, it really startled me. So I woke up and I wrote it down, and I didn't pay much mind to it because I have a lot of dreams and visions and things of that nature, but I honestly wasn't sure what was happening to me. It's been a lot going on. So when these things started coming up with, trafficking, I went back into all of my notebooks, and I also found another incident that was on the same date of April 5th, and it was 9:52 a.m. and I saw a woman pulling up to an airport. She had short black curly hair, a black leather jacket, a shoulder bag, a slender roller luggage. She looked like she was maybe Hispanic or mixed. There was someone behind her car, like a taxi cab, and for some reason in my heart felt like maybe this was a setup, like with the cab driver for some reason. So then I see that she was coerced into the gift shop, and there were 3 women there in the gift shop. One had her hair in a ponytail, the other one had straight brunette hair, and I could hear clearly global network traffic. And the woman was being dropped off to the airport, so she wasn't with family. So it's just odd, everything that's been happening with the trafficking. I feel like God's been trying to, reveal this to other people. I don't know who else and what other prophetic voices have had these kind of dreams, or if anybody's going through what I'm going through, where you're just not speaking up because you don't really know what is going on. Like, why are you seeing these things? I encourage you to please just speak out.
Who stood tall and protected herself when police say a man tried to kidnap her.
You're playing over here?
With my sisters and brothers.
And then where did he come from?
This way.
This brave little girl in Miami is describing the moment she was nearly kidnapped while playing outside. 6-year-old Lyric says a man approached her and grabbed her.
When he came and grabbed you, did you scream?
Yes.
She described to our Miami station, WPLG, what happened next.
And then what'd you do?
Yeah, I beat him.
And then what?
Then he slapped me and threw me on the floor.
Police say the man in this video grabbed Lyric and tried to take her, but she fought back, not only biting the man, who was many times her size, but also getting a good look at him.
What did he look like?
Got black hair with Jesus earrings and white clothes.
Police later arresting this man, Leonardo Venegas, with that black hair, cross earring, and white shirt, just as Lyric had described. Lyric credited her mom with teaching her a timeless lesson.
And what does your mom say about strangers?
Don't talk to strangers.
I told her, don't talk to strangers, and if anything happens, just try to pick up something that's close to her and just hit her with it.
Police commending Lyric for her intelligence and bravery.
We're thankful that she, did enough to save her life.
What a brave little girl. Lyric's mother says they are now planning to move. And until then, Lyric will be playing inside for sure.